Yeah, buddy! Welcome back to another episode of Last Week This Week with your boy Clayton Hill. God, that one was pin-up. Got like 3 weeks of pin-up yeah buddies coming in. I thought I was going to pop a blood vessel in my left eyeball. But we didn't. We made it out with both eyes. And we are here for another episode, baby. That's right. Lots to catch up on, but not really. We're breaking it down because it's been a roller coaster. We've been riding. I had 1 week where I was down, 1 week where I killed it. Last week, I'm down again. Just buckle up, baby. But today, I was reminded that there is beauty in the big things, beauty in the small things, just by looking at the flowers on my street. And so that's what we're doing. We're taking a look at some flowers this week. Won't you join me? Feel like a little bit of, won't you be my neighbor there for a second? 1 week, we're down. Just not feeling it, not into it. La-di-da, going through the motions. Next week, one of the most picture perfect weeks of my life. Just in general, if I could have this rhythm of a week every week, it would have been, it's ideal. This is what I've been striving for. It was a perfect blend of hustling to get money and doing things on my own time and being physically active, being productive with my time, knocking out all my chores, spending time with people that I love. What more can you ask for, man? What more can you ask for out of life? Thursday is usually my dead day. I work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Thursday, I usually chill, and I did a little bit of that. But I also went to the bank, deposited some money, had a bunch of Amazon returns that I needed to get done, took those back, got a workout in, went to have dinner with a friend to catch up that I haven't seen in a while. Lovely little day, I would say. Friday, woke up, got a workout in, went to play some pickleball, went to hustle and get some money. All right, we're on a roll, baby. Saturday, big boy Saturday. Wake up because we're going to get some yoga in. Actually went to a yoga class. I'll talk about that here in a second. Then I went and ran some sprints. Then I went on a hike. And then I went and played 3 hours of pickleball. It was like an 8-9 hour physical day. I haven't done that since high school. That's incredible. And I was I went back home and did laundry after all that. I hate laundry. That's the last thing I want to do when I'm tired. What the hell we doing? Incredible. I'm here for it. Sunday. Got a workout in. What the hell? Went to church. Sorry about the hell thing. Went and had brunch with friends from church. Went and laid out by the pool. Got roasted. Got some groceries. Did some meal prep. You kidding me? It's a beautiful, beautiful week. Then the next week, which was last week, absolutely exhausted. Okay. I cashed in all my chips on the active week. Just flat. Not feeling it, not motivated, very tired. Trying to catch up back on my little sleep cycle and my rhythm. But not really feeling motivated to do anything. I don't really have the energy. I spent it all last week. What is going on? Down and up and down again. Trying to find a rhythm. I feel like that has been the theme of this year. But before it all comes full circle, I feel like we should talk about that yoga class for just a second. So, yeah, I've kind of been out there. I'm open to receiving a potential relationship, right? And I'm okay, well, I'm definitely just an in-person kind of guy. But I I just hate being in person anywhere. I deal with enough people at my job bartending where like I don't want to deal with any more people. I don't want to be in public on my day off, but I'm trying to be. Okay, all right. Well, let's meet people with like values and a like mindset. Yoga seems like that's a great place to go. I like to do yoga with Adrian via the YouTubes at home most of the time. But let's get out in a class. Let's see if, because there's a little bit of mingling kind of before and after class. And it'd be good for me to like get out into an actual class, do an hour of it. Usually I'm like a 10 to 20 minutes kind of guy. Let's do that. It'll be good for us. I get there. Hardly any women. I realize that I'm at like a 24-hour fitness free class, but it's really just old people and gays. Like which is fine. That's just not what I went to the class for. And really, I mean, a little bit of a check on me. You should go to the class for yourself, but which I did. I just had some ulterior motives mixed in there too. So, no potential mates at the yoga class. And move number one, I like to call the pretzel with a twist. Maybe a twisted pretzel. I don't know if that's an official move claimed by the yoga community yet, but it should be. Okay, we're sitting down. We're not cross-legged, but we are crossing our legs. It is the right leg over the left, but like to a point where your left leg is like your heel is next to your right butt cheek, and then your knee is out, right? And then your right leg comes over and the right knee is kind of on top of the left knee, and then your right foot would be under your left butt cheek. Already a problem with just one of those. We mix the two and we're crossing over. And then, okay, so now that we've got our knees layered on top of each other and crossed, we're stretching to one side, and then we reverse our knees and go to the other side. Well, not me. I'm propped up. I can't sit down with this. I'm like some kind of origami paperclip. I feel like, I'm like balancing. I'm like on my butt, but my heels are like still out in front of me. My knees are pretty much straight up in the air, and like I'm kind of hunched. I've just got an arm over. And I'm trying to twist, and I look over, and me and this other guy make eye contact, and I'm already like laughing to myself, and he sees it and he starts laughing. So now we're both laughing on the first move of yoga class, and that was just followed by like 59 more minutes of moves that I could not complete, and just a lot of grunting going on around in that room, and she just boom flying one thing to another. You almost like you kind of got to look at her to see like what the instructor's doing, and then by the time you figure out how you're supposed to be, like she's already moved on, like you lost. So it's just an hour of playing catch up and different moves that I can't do. So, we just make it the best that we possibly can. And that was I don't think that I'll be going back, maybe I don't know. Just try a different one. Maybe I'll try a different class. Maybe I'll try a different instructor. That just didn't really... I didn't find what I was looking for there, but quite humorous. Made for a hell of a start to the day. What was the other? There was another. Got roasted at the pool on that Sunday. We've been dealing. I mean, like I'm talking lobster. It's a lobster fest. Lots of aloe going on, lots of lotion, just smelling like all of it for about a week and a half. We finally gotten to the peel stage, which is fun for everyone. I love that. I've got about 3 chest hairs in the middle of my chest, and that seems to be where all of the peeling wants to take place and just get, entangled in those 3 pieces of chest hair. It could be anywhere else that easy brush off, but no, we're congregating in a place where we get caught up, and now my hair's braided from just, trying to brush everything off. And yeah, it's fun. It's fun, but we're dealing with it. And which brings us back to, today, kind of coming off that bum week after the extravagant week. Couldn't be better. Just, man, I would love to just have that energy every week. But it doesn't. I can't seem to sustain that. That's why I'm trying to find something that's sustainable. I understand that life isn't predictable and that life changes and it has its ebbs and flows. Like clearly, I'm in the middle of that right now. But it would be nice if I could just dominate every week. If I could just dominate every day. I want to win every day. I want to experience life every day. I want to be a sponge and soak up everything that it has to offer every day. And it's tough on my off weeks, like last week where I was just tired going into Monday because I didn't really get my rest on Sunday that I needed. So now I'm tired on Monday, which is a long day. That spills over into Tuesday. That spills over into Wednesday. Thursday comes around. I don't want to do anything, so I really don't. Friday, I had to work again. And then it was like Saturday was like kind of a mix between productive and rest. And then yesterday was still a healthy mix. Nothing crazy, nothing awesome. But, just getting some chores done, being active. Like that's kind of hitting that minimum. And then it comes into today and I wake up and I'm like, I know it's Monday. I don't have a Monday kind of feeling. I actually enjoy Mondays for the most part because it's like a false sense of renewal. It's like it's a new week, right? So however, because last week was a down week for me. So Monday, hey, this is an opportunity to wake up on time. This is an opportunity to be disciplined with, my time and manage my time wisely. This is an opportunity, a new opportunity for a new week, new experiences, new things going on. There's something about that. Kind of like everybody gets hyped for the new year, right? I get hyped for a new week. So I don't really have a Monday, but today I had a Monday, I was like, okay, I'm here. I'm trying to wake up with some gratitude, right? Trying not to look at the phone. I don't want that to be the first thing I'm waking up. I'm like, here we are. Lord, thank you for this breath. We're alive. We are breathing. Like Rambo's laying next to me. He's rolled over. His face is upside down looking at me, and he's thumping his big ass tail on the bed. That's cool. Like, I just want that in the moment happiness, honestly, that my dog has. Like, the dog's excited to see you when it comes, when you come home. There's any little moment that you give it attention, they are ecstatic. That's where I would love to be in life. I strive for that, just gratitude and enjoyment in the moment. And so I try to start with that. It's not really working. I'm like, okay, now I'm just hitting a checklist. I'm waking up, I'm getting my coffee, I'm journaling. I'm trying to, be disciplined and be focused with the day. Don't get distracted. Don't get off topic. Just eyes forward, eyes on the prize. We have a mission to accomplish and we are heading there. Okay, I'm not really getting that motivation on my own. I turn on a podcast. It's literally just a bunch of motivational speeches all clammed together. some from like, Muhammad Ali or whoever it is. It's just like all these motivational things packed into a little deal. Basically, a podcast coach yelling at you, don't stop, don't settle. You were meant for greatness. Why would you be average? All these other things. Okay, it worked. I listened to it through my workout and I was like, yes, killed that workout. Didn't think I was going to do that. Dominated it. Cool. And then it's like, okay, now we fix our meal. We're just going throughout the day and it's just like, I don't want to just float through my day. And so we get to the point where I take Rambo for a walk. And this is when I try to be in the moment. This is when I try to find some peace. The phone stays in the pocket and I just kind of observe what's going on and be in the moment and find beauty in nature, really, because there are so many beautiful plants and things around on my street that it's, the sun's out, the sky is blue, I can see the mountains, the trees are gorgeous around me, but most of the time it's the flowers on my street that bring me the most joy. And I'll pass a bush of like these brick red and orange and like there's these yellow, it's like these little 4-petal kind of bushes that go on and like just the density of the color. I love that. And then I'll pass these they're like these stalks, these tall green stalks, and out of these stalks there's like 3, maybe 4, maybe 5 of these red like big petals that just come out of the side of the stalk. And I love those. And then I'll come up to this it's like I think it's jasmine. It's just this fence row of these, it's like a vine almost. And it's got these waxy green petals or with like a white, tiny little flowers, and it's just the sweet smell, and it hits you like a ton of bricks every time you walk past it. It's absolutely like one of my favorite spots on my street to walk because you just it's the sweet smell that just slaps you on the side of the face. And I'll almost I'm kind of in a hurry to walk Rambo most of the time, but I'll take my time going by here, and I make sure that I get a good whiff of that jasmine before I move on. Go out and get you some. If there's a scratch and sniff like sticker that you can find that's jasmine and you could just shove it up one of your nostrils for the entire day, I highly recommend it. I don't know if it's safe, so I'm not going to put that stamp of approval on it, but the smell alone, so freaking good. So we take a whiff of that jasmine, and then I'll pass by. There's this tree that's, it almost looks dead. It's so crazy, but it's got like these blue cylinder-like petals, and then they just kind of blossom up at the end. They're real like elongated, and it's that little juxtaposition, whatever. I think that's right. It looks dead, but it's crazy alive with the petals. I think that's how you use the word. We're learning. And I just love that part of it. There's another garden that's just got all kinds of plants. I don't even know what's going on in there. All kinds of blues and reds and yellow and white. There's this one house that has like these rose bushes that you just get to see these full, vibrant bushes of just rose petals that are absolutely gorgeous. They're huge. And they've got like white and yellow and red ones there. And there's another house that has some on the other side of the street. And so I just try to tune in. There's another like vine-like something that's got some red petals on it. And it's got a really good smell too. I don't know what hardly any of it is, but it doesn't matter, like I'm just enjoying all the shapes and sizes and colors of these different flowers that are going on. And then I look down at one point and I see like this dandelion. Nothing special about a dandelion. It's not even a flower. It's a weed. Can't it be both? Whatever. Doesn't matter. Moving on. And next to this dandelion, there was another flower that was smaller than the dandelion. And I don't even remember like what color it was. I think it was kind of the same color. Could have been completely different. And I was like, oh, that's a cool flower. And then I look even further in. And next to that was a smaller flower. The dandelion was there, then a smaller flower. And then in the blades of grass, I was almost on all fours. I saw this cool blue and white, tiny, round, like 3-petal flower that had a few different blossoms going on. But it was like barely noticeable. But it was probably my favorite flower that I saw today walking Rambo. It was my favorite because it was so small. And it was something I would have never noticed if I hadn't taken the time to look down and just dig a little deeper. And it was just kind of almost by chance. It's one of those things where I saw it and I'm like, is it a flower? Let me take a look. And sometimes I feel like that small flower. Sometimes when I'm having like these crazy awesome weeks, dude, I feel like the smell of the jasmine that just punches you in the face. I feel like the rose bushes that you have to stop and just be in awe of. You can't help it. You could see it from all the way down the street, kind of a thing. I feel like I'm just absolutely out there. I'm killing it. Things are awesome. I am a fully blossomed flower. And then sometimes, like when I'm having these down weeks, I feel like that tiny flower. I feel like I'm existing, but for what? Like that flower, you couldn't see it unless you were on top of it. I was walking by, I couldn't see. I was hunched over and I had to, bend down to take a look at it. Like no one's seeing that flower. Like he's there, it's existing, it's gorgeous, but for what? Like, why is that flower even there? Why am I even here? Why am I even existing? What is the purpose? It just seemed like it was there for the enjoyment of the blades of grass around it. That's the only, it was just like the circle of influence was so small. And sometimes, and I think a lot of people feel like that their circle of influence is so small, it's so insignificant. And sometimes, sometimes we may even feel like that blade of grass. Like sometimes I don't even feel like I got a flower petal on me, man. It just, why? There's a reason. I know that there's a reason that each one of us is here. Like the chances of us being here are so small. The chances of a human being existing is so small. We take it for granted because we feel like we're overpopulated. So there's a purpose in every human being. Sometimes I just feel like I'm just hidden. Like I might even just be a blade of grass. I might even have a petal on me, man. Like I'm just here, just with everything else. Nobody can see me. What does it matter? But that's so crazy because it's like, it doesn't make sense because that was my favorite flower today. It was my favorite flower because nobody else could see it. So it's like, it's so crazy because how can I, how am I supposed to be appreciated if nobody sees me? But that's where the beauty is that I saw that flower. That I took the time, I looked down, it took a little more effort, but I saw it and I enjoyed it. And I don't know if any of this makes sense at all. but I feel like sometimes a lot of people, they don't feel seen. They don't feel appreciated. And I'm absolutely one of them, but I know that flower is still growing. I can't, I'll see it, hopefully continue to see it. Maybe that's as big as it ever gets. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's gone tomorrow. And I just got to appreciate it, for one day. And I feel like that's, our life sometimes too. Here today, gone tomorrow. I mean, it happens within the blink of an eye in the grand scheme of time. So if you're feeling like that tiny flower, like nobody sees you today, know that I see you, that I appreciate you, that your worth, and I'm talking to myself here too. Your worth isn't defined by how big you are, how vibrant you are, how much everybody notices you. It has nothing to do with any of that. That the tiniest flower that I saw today, the one that seems the most insignificant, that was my favorite flower. You are my favorite flower, my friend. And I'm going to take that with me for the rest of the day. I'm going to try, that we don't need to be something grand. We don't need to be, we don't need to have X amount of followers. We don't need to have X amount of friends. We don't need to have X amount of money. God, I hope this sinks into my brain, because this culture doesn't foster that kind of thinking. This culture that we're in. We see things that are instant gratification. We see the success of people. We don't see the struggle. Everybody's been a small flower at some point. Even the greats, even the biggest have been small flowers, have been no names. Take a look at Jesus. He was a no name until the very end. How about that? And I hope it's not the very end for any of us, man. But I see the little flowers. I am a little flower, and we can all be little flowers together. And that's going to do it for us on Last Week, This Week with your boy, Clayton Hill. Follow me on YouTube, Spotify, Instagram, Apple Podcasts, TikTok, wherever you watch, wherever you listen, you can find me. And I hope you're blooming in the bushes, baby. I hope that you are just vibrant as can be underneath those blades of grass. We'll see y'all next time. Peace.